Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those of you that do not know me, my name is KUDWA and I help people level up practically and spiritually using tools such as personal development, empowerment, self-mastery, and law of attraction on my practical channel, Self-Mastery Mentor, and tools such as tarot, law of attraction, and personal development on my spiritual channel, Lux Goddess. So in today's video, I'm talking to you guys about a couple different topics that kind of weave into each other. It's going to be a bit more of a relaxed video. I don't want it to be so concrete and about some sort of topic or some sort of personal development quiz or tool or whatever that you can use to help better your life. But I kind of just want to talk to you about life events, circumstances, situations, and then I also want to talk to you about the energetic component of the situations that you put yourself in and kind of how to read and gauge where you're at along your law of attraction journey, along your manifestation journey, and kind of just where you are energetically on your own, right, throughout your life. And then at the very end, of course, I'll talk to you guys about my sponsors, Shilajit and Sunsama. I love those so much. So let's go ahead and jump on in. Alrighty, alright, so let's talk about first. Alright, we're going to talk about energy, we're going to talk about law of attraction, we're going to talk about all that first, and then I'm going to weave it into some life lessons, alright? First and foremost, for those of you out there who are new to law of attraction or kind of just have your feet wet, right? You're dipping your toes into law of attraction. What is it? What is it about? How do I make it work for me, right? Well, first of all, law of attraction, very easily stated, is that what you put out is what you get back in an energetic form. So when you invest in others, you give to others, you believe something's going to happen, believe it, right? It's going to come to you. It's going to be attracted to you. So from an energetic perspective, right, when we're really, really breaking it down, law of attraction is simply put that whatever you put out, whether good or bad, is going to mirror back to you. So if, for example, you're thinking really negative, or you're maybe in a not so good state, maybe you're feeling depressed, maybe you're feeling unhappy, things just haven't been working out for you or working out in the way that you expected, it's probably because there's some sort of energetic component keeping you there. So I'm going to show you guys the vibrational scale of consciousness here on the screen. I'm going to blow it up for you so you can see it bigger, and I want you guys to kind of look at all of the different energetic components and energetic vibration that are here. So I want you guys to see kind of where you're sitting at right now on the vibrational scale of consciousness. Are you sitting in a state of shame, of guilt, of fear, of pride, of neutrality, of joy, of enlightenment? Kind of where are you guys at? Now I want you to look back on the last couple of days, the last couple of weeks, and see where your energy has been on a consistent basis. Maybe you had some days where you were feeling better than others, or you had some days where you were feeling so good on top of the world, and then other days you just crashed and burned. What was the general equilibrium of your energetic component for the last week, the last month, the last year? Okay, I want you to really look at it. And if this is the first time that you've ever done this, I want you to start doing this more often so you can bring more awareness to it, all right? Because awareness is the key, all right, to everything. Awareness is the key to knowledge, to deeper discoveries. If you aren't aware, right? Ignorance is bliss, right? If you aren't aware, then you just don't know what you don't know. So once you kind of are opened up to it and you see what it's all about, dive deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And I'm here to help you guys and take you deeper and deeper for those of you who are looking to know more and more and become more powerful and more magnetic to your manifestations. Alrighty, so you guys kind of looked at the vibrational scale of consciousness and you saw where you were resonating at, alright? I want you to think of a person you've met or you've interacted with and you've been around who's been in a super high vibe, a super high vibrational state. Okay, somebody who's just on top of the world, happy, positive, abundant, attractive, someone who really just has a high level of energy and brings joy and enlightenment and excitement into your life, all right? I want you guys to really think about that. Now, I want you to look at where you're sitting at energetically in comparison to that person, right? We're not comparing ourselves to others to think, someone's in a better place, oh, I can't get there, blah, blah, blah. No, we're just comparing energy. All right, I want you to think about 1 or 2 ways how you can shift your energy to be more in that embodiment. All right, let's say somebody was just more bubbly, they had more personality, they laughed more, they enjoyed their life more, right? So what can we do to shift that? Well, if you're in a lower vibrational state, one thing we can do is work on feeling worthy of feeling good, right? Some simple as that, feeling worthy to feel good, feeling worthy to laugh, feeling worthy to smile, feeling worthy to control your time and buy back your energy and have fantastic emotions and excitement, right? Sometimes if we get in these lower vibrational states, we can get into these slumps, we can get into these places where we don't feel good. And then it just becomes comfortable to not feel good. And we don't know how to feel good because we're so used to not feeling good that it's hard to not feel not good, right? That's like, literally, I've been there before. I worked myself out of that. I was there a few years ago, so I get it. But I know that there are a lot of people out there who do feel this way. Whether they let on about it or not, whether they are honest about it or not, there are so many people who just simply don't know how to raise their energy because they're stuck in a pattern. That's what our whole lives are about, is patterns, and how do we break them? How do we overcome them, right? No matter how old you are, no matter how much money you have in your bank account, no matter how many businesses you own, it doesn't matter. That does not define your energetic level, and it does not define your level of consciousness, all right? It does not. Consciousness is all about your level of awareness, and awareness is something you have to sit and make yourself do. It's something you have to take time out of your day to do, to stop thinking about your work and your money and your hobbies and this and that, but taking time to dive deep into you, into your intuition, into your energy, into your awareness of yourself, how you're acting, how you're believing, how you're thinking, how you're operating your day, how you're projecting yourself, all of that, right? Those are all just levels of consciousness. And none of that is defined by your wealth or by the clothes you wear or the car you drive or your nationality. It doesn't matter, right? It does not matter. So I just want you guys, okay, to look at that and really process just the energetic component of where you're at and how you can shift to enhance your life and bring happiness into your life a little bit more to make you more magnetic. Now, when it comes to understanding energies, all right, I want to kind of go a little bit deeper with you guys now. I'm going to talk to you about tarot and the energies of tarot. Tarot oftentimes doesn't always have like the best connotation or, you know, the best light on it, because some people think it's associated to witchcraft, some people think it's associated to, you know, negativity or this or that, blah, 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 but it's not, okay? Tarot is truly just the universal forms of energy. It is 78 universal forms of energy that exist, all right? We have the 4 elements of the universe: earth, water, air, and fire, all right? And all of us know we have zodiacs, right? Those have been studied for centuries. I mean, they've been studied for thousands of years. More than that, like BC times, okay? Astrology was a part of ancient civilizations. They studied it. Everyone studied it. Like, it's a thing, whether people think it is or not. And tarot simply is just a component of astrology mixed in together with energies that are a very, very deep level of consciousness. So I'm going to get there. I'm going to kind of explain a little bit more of it to you guys. But really, let's just break it down, right? 4 elements: earth, water, air, fire. And then we have the zodiacs, right? All through them, Aries to Pisces. And our zodiacs really just represent a form of energy, a form of the elements. There's 3 zodiac signs per element, so we're breaking it down even further. So we went from 4 to 12 types of energies. Now we have tarot, which is 78 forms of energy. There are 22 major forms of energy, and the remaining 52 are minor arcana energies, which are minor little things that happen, all right? Major energies are major shifts in our lives. They're major levels of importance and have some sort of significant shift in our energy as people. So when it comes to understanding those energies, right, we say there's 78 right there, and it was 11:11 on the clock as he said that. There's higher and lower vibrational forms, all right? So when we have the higher vibration of a card or an energy, that is it being in its positive light and it being in a good light, and then our lower vibrational form is our negative light, right? So there's duality in everything, black and white, duality, yin and yang. So now we're understanding the energies of masculine and feminine, because the yin and the yang is genuinely just masculine and feminine energies. If you guys want to know more about masculine and feminine energies, you can go over to my other video where I talk about masculine and feminine energies. And I do have a workbook on my website if you guys would like to purchase that. So back to the energy. The masculine and feminine, yin and yang, is 2 energies. The elements are 4 energies. The zodiac are 12 energies, and the tarot are 78 energies times 2, because we have the higher and lower vibrational forms of each. So when we can understand these types of universal energies, we can understand kind of where our energy is sitting at, where our energy is being projected, where our energy is maybe making us fall out of alignment with our manifestations. Because as we've talked about earlier in the video, everything is energy, everything is a vibrational form. So when you see where you're sitting at and you're understanding where you're sitting at, you can understand how to shift that energy in order to put yourself in alignment. So our flow state is our energetic state where our manifestations come in. So if we can push ourselves into our flow state, it's much easier for our manifestations to come in. So let's say I want to manifest $30,000, all right? Whatever. I want to bring $30,000 into my energy, and in order to do so, I need to be in a flow state, and I need to know I am worthy of receiving it, right? So I need to shift my energy. So if, for example, I was using tarot energy and I was looking at it and I saw a certain card, the 5 of Pentacles, for example, that would show some sort of insecurity or a self-worth issue or something in there. And that's where we would look at our energetic vibrational scale of consciousness and kind of see where we're at, because that lack, right, from the 5 of Pentacles card, for example, would mean that we're not in alignment of feeling that we're worthy. So if we shift our energy from a place of lack into a state of worthiness, of belief, of joy, of abundance, of knowing that it's ours, we're going to put ourselves in a state of flow and put ourselves in alignment to receive it. That's really what manifestation is it's just understanding on an energetic level how to shift yourself into alignment with what it is that you want. Whether it's love, it's a partner, it's a person, it's a trip, it's money, it's whatever, right? A promotion, it doesn't matter. Whatever it's going to be for you, it's just about an energetic shift. So first, the level of awareness is important around what it is that we are manifesting, all right? So we want X, Y, and Z thing, all right? Next thing is our awareness around our energy, because if you don't understand your energy, you're going to have a really hard time manifesting, because you're just going to put your intention out there of what it is that I want. I want to make this, or I want to get this, I want to have this, but it's not happening, it's not coming in. Well, it's probably not coming in because you probably don't know your energy at the core. If you haven't done any shadow integration work, if you haven't done any healing, then it's going to be very hard to put yourself in alignment because you're not shifting your energetic state. So understanding your energetic state and then understanding universal energies, so you can understand deeper how to shift your energy and push it higher, right? To put you in alignment. So let's say, for example, there's something you want to manifest and you're noticing that you're in a place of fear, right? Or you're in a place of doubt. Well, doubt and fear are just lower vibrational states that are keeping us from the belief that we can have what we want, which means you're harnessing a limitation on yourself. A made-up limitation, maybe from something in your past or something that happened or something you wanted but never got. It's a fear that's keeping you stuck, and fear is just a block of disbelief that you can't have it, right? When we diminish fear, when we let go of fear, what happens? We transcend. When we transcend, we find balance, we find peace, and that's when we can create our own reality, because peace, joy, abundance, all of that is our higher vibrational scale. It's in the state of flow. But we can't get there if we're holding on to fears. We can't get there if we're holding on to doubts or shame or pride or any of those lower vibrational states, right? In order to get there, we need to diminish those lower vibrational feelings, those lower vibrational beliefs, those lower vibrational ways of thinking, being, knowing, acting, doing. It doesn't really matter. letting those fall away so we can raise our energy up and raise ourselves into a higher state. Now, this might be a little uncomfortable for you because A, you have to unlearn everything you thought you knew, and you have to try to adopt a new principle of creation, right? It's not always about the doing all the time. Sometimes it's about the shift. How can we shift our energy to put ourselves in alignment with what it is that we want? It's not always about working harder. It's not always about talking more or, being louder or making more money or doing this or doing that or whatever. Sometimes it's just about the shift, right? The shift is what's going to get us there. So let's say, for example, you have this belief that you have to do X, Y, and Z thing in order to get X, Y, and Z manifestation that it is that you want. Well, if your belief system is that you have to do X, Y, and Z thing in order to get that, you're right. That's true. That's going to be your limitation, that you have to do that in order to get that, right? As above, so below. As within, so without. So if that's your belief system, that's what you're going to create. But if you shift, right, and you say, all right, that's not true. I don't need to do X, Y, and Z thing in order to get this. I can get this in whatever way that I want. I'm going to get it because I'm going to align to it. And I open myself up to all possibilities that are going to put me into alignment with that thing that I am trying to manifest. So let's look at my vibrational scale. All right, I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling really happy. I'm looking to manifest this, okay? And if I want this, I need to be in a state of this. And I need to believe I'm worthy of it. I need to believe I'm worthy of having that person, that job, that car, that money, that business, whatever. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Whatever it is that you want, it's how can I shift to truly believe and know that I deserve it. To believe and know that it can come in easy. It doesn't have to be hard. I don't have to break my back overdoing it to bring it in. It's easy because when I'm in a state of flow, things just happen quickly, easily, right? And flow is where synchronicities happen. So if you guys are noticing numbers on the clock, like 1111, 111, 333, 555, those are you being in alignment, all right? 777, you are getting your manifestation if you're seeing that a lot, all right? So those are little synchronicities that are going to show you you're on the right path, that are going to show you you're doing the right thing, that are going to show you what you're doing is working, so keep doing it. It can be a very new, weird, scary, different journey when you're on that new track into law of attraction, because you're like, is this going to work? Is it not work? And then you're like putting yourself in front of all of your doubts and all of your disbelief, and you're having to face them head on. Is this true, or is this a limitation? Is this true, or am I just keeping myself stuck? Can I actually have this without having to do all of these different steps? Can I shift myself to put myself in alignment with what I want without having to, struggle or try so hard or need something so bad? Or can I just shift, right? You can just shift. I'll tell you that right now. It took me about 2 years to really master the law of attraction, I would say. And there were definitely bumps along the road, okay? I'll tell you that. My friend Mary and I, we both were kind of on the journey together, and there were some bumps, okay? There were bumps. But once you can really get over the patterns that you have and that you have created, you can become so powerful, so potent, so abundant, and it is so beautiful and magnetic when it happens and when it comes in for you. When you really get into a flow state, you're going to notice things happen out of nowhere. People come in out of nowhere at the perfect time, in the perfect place, in the perfect situation, and everything just aligns. It was 222 right there when I said it. So it's just exciting. It's just exciting, and I really want to help you guys with this law of attraction journey. I had the coolest situation happen to me on Monday. I had a soft client of mine I ran into, and I see this person about every 3 months or so, and it's not somebody I talk to or text on a daily basis. It's just somebody I did like a soft mentoring with, and this person came to my house on Monday and told me how much, what I've taught them and what I opened them up to has really helped them changed their life in so many different ways. They said they manifested more money, they manifested better relationships, they're feeling good, they feel back to themselves again. Like, it was just, honestly, it was such a beautiful experience. Like, I wish I could have recorded this, but my mind did, my heart did. Like, I will never forget just this testimonial of what this person experienced from my work, from my skills, from what I was able to teach them, and you know, the little gift I was able to give them, which was a nice little crystal, and they noticed that every time they had that crystal with them, good things happened, and it was just very beautiful to hear. And I'm just so excited to make an impact on people's lives. And I just wanted to say thank you to all of you that are here supporting this channel, whether it is every week, some weeks, whatever, you're just here new. I'm just so grateful for all of you, because this channel has really helped me grow in such a big way. And I'm so grateful to have all of my students that I'm helping, all of my clients. I actually have another call with someone right now. I need to get off the video for this call for a new client, and I just can't wait to help more people. So I really hope all of these videos are helping you guys understand energy better. I hope they're helping you understand how to shift your energy in one way or another, or really just expanding your levels of awareness around energy, around law of attraction, around manifestation, around tarot, all of that. And if you guys do want a tarot reading from me, I charge $75 for a 30-minute reading. Personal, love, or spiritual. Spiritual is going to be the most in-depth, the 30 minutes pre-recorded, personalized for you, sent to you, that you can have and access at any time and download at any time for you to have forever and look back on. So if you guys want those, go to my other website or send me an email. And if you guys do want to work with me, I have 2 coaching spots available for this upcoming month. We can start anytime, but I prefer start on the beginning of the month, and we can really kind of get your program going. My Law of Attraction mentorship programs are 30 days, and we really kind of go through everything in detail. You guys can do email mentoring if you want, and that one's just basic. It's very simple, and it'll really help guide you in an in-depth way through email. If you guys want to work with me one-on-one, you can do that for coaching calls, and I can really set you up with some good stuff. And if you guys want to go hardcore with me, go pretty deep, okay? That one is a really big package, but I have a Lux package where I integrate both of my channels, Lux Goddess and Self Mastery Mentor, and I put them together into the Lux package, and you get a lot of free stuff, a lot of free little gifts from me. But let me tell you, we dive deep, so you got to be ready to shift some things in a major way with that one, because we're going to do a lot of work, a lot of shadow integration work, a lot of healing, a lot of forgiveness, a lot of alignment, a lot of meditations, a lot of activities. Yeah, you're working with me one-on-one. We're walking, doing affirmation walks, and doing activities, okay? So that one, be ready for. But before we go, I want to talk to you guys about the energetic component of people, places, things, and situations that come into our lives. Everything in our lives, everything, everyone, doesn't really matter, comes into our lives for one of 3 things or more. A reason, a season, or a lesson. Now, some people come into our lives for one of those reasons, and some of those people come into our lives for a couple of those reasons. But I really want to touch on the energetic exchange, or the energetic flow of situations, of people, events, all right? When we can see everything, every scenario, every person, every experience as positive, as good, as a lesson, or a reason, or a season, or something in a positive light, where they added value, where they enhanced our lives in one way or another. They taught us something beautiful. They were, a very abundant part of our experience in some way or another. If we can focus our attention on the positive of whatever that situation is, whether, good or bad, doesn't really matter. It's all just a matter of perspective. If we can really look at that and turn it into a good one, you're going to notice that more and more better connections come into your life. Our matter of perspective towards someone is really what alters how things come in So if you're wanting to attract better situations, better relationships, better dating prospects, whatever, make sure you're taking time to be grateful for what the universe is sending you. Make sure you're saying gratitude for how that person enhanced your life, or the new thing that they taught you, or how great they made you feel. And if you feel like, a situation happened and it was only in my life for a season, well, if you want them to be around for more than a season, you have to switch your belief system and your perspective towards seeing that person or situation as a season. Start seeing them as, a reason, right? They're in your life for a reason, a good reason to grow you, to evolve you, to enhance you, whatever it is, right? And then make sure you're giving the same energetic exchange, because everything in life, no matter what it is, good, bad, ugly, great, fantastic, wonderful, it doesn't matter. Everything is an energetic exchange. So when we don't like what we're getting, when we don't like what we're receiving, we have to look at ourselves and ask ourselves, what are we putting out, whether consciously or unconsciously? Now, we could have, for example, situations where we're attracting maybe negative events or things that don't feel so good. Well, we're probably sitting in a lower vibrational state when those happen, or we're holding on to fears, we're holding on to doubts, we're holding on to ego and pride and things that kind of get in our way, right? The mind is only so powerful. Our ego is our mind. Our heart is our spirit. So when we're wanting something and we're telling ourselves we're wanting it and we're thinking about it and we're all in our mind about it, we're in our ego about it, our energy is only so abundant. When we go into our heart about it and we feel it and we know it and we trust it, our energetic vibration is much more expansive. The heart is 5,000 times more powerful than the mind. Okay, you guys? I want you to think about that for a second. I'm going to say it again. The heart is 5,000 times more powerful than the mind. So when you can feel it, when you can know it, when you can believe it, when you can trust it, when it becomes a part of you because you feel it so much, your energy becomes so much more expansive and so much more magnetic and so much more attractive, and it's much more easier for you to bring things in, bring situations in, bring people in, bring money in, bring abundance in, bring growth in, whatever, right? Whatever you're trying to bring, it's going to come to you easier and more powerful, more just aligned, right? You're not going to have to try so hard. It's just going to happen when you are able to put yourself in the energetic state of believing it and knowing it and feeling it and trusting it, all right? If you're just thinking about it and you're doubting it, you're overthinking it, you're worrying about it, you're stressed about it, you're blah, 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 you are in a lower vibrational state. I'm telling you guys, here's the vibrational scale of consciousness again. I want you to look at it, right? The mind, the ego, it's all contracted. We're trying to be expansive, and expansive happens when we're in a state of love, joy, peace, enlightenment, that is where flow happens. That is where abundance happens. That is where alignment happens. So look at situations in your life. Are you holding on to grudges? Are you holding on to negative emotions that don't feel good? Can you forgive those? Can you release those? Can you let those go? I know you can. You just got to want to do it. So you have to ask yourself that. Do I want to feel better? Do I want to feel good? Do I want to feel abundant? Do I want to be more magnetic? Do I want to attract more? Yes. If the answer is yes, which I'm assuming it is for all of you, I would hope, then we have to let these certain lower emotions and lower vibrations go so we can put ourselves in alignment with that flow state, with that abundance, with the happiness, with flow. And we're going to do that by doing what? Moving into a place of love, moving into our heart space. So some things you guys can do with that is meditations. You can use sound frequencies. If you guys want to know more about that, let me know. I will help you through that law of attraction process, and I will help you guys manifest more abundantly, more easily, help you shift your energy in so many different ways. You guys, everything is energy. Everything is energy. So if you can just shift your energy just like that, you can get what you want that much quicker, that much easier, and in a more loving, abundant, and authentic way. The last thing before we go, I have to talk to you guys about my fantastic sponsors. This one right here is Shilajit. You guys, Shilajit is a natural resin found in the Alti Mountains. It helps boost your energy, your memory, your stamina, and your focus to help you be much more successful and get you through your day. I have some right here in my coffee, you guys, and I love it. I use Shilajit literally, I'm not kidding you, I think every single day. There's maybe been 1 or 2 days where I haven't taken it, but I've been taking this religiously for a month now, and I feel so good, on top of the world. My energy levels are much higher, and I'm consistently focused when I am juggling multiple different tasks. I think the next video I'm gonna do for you guys is what I do outside of YouTube, so you guys can kind of have an idea of everything I do and a little bit more about me. And that could actually leads me to my next sponsor, which is Sunsama. All right, Sunsama is an app and desktop that integrates with your calendars. It integrates with your appointments, your bookings, your calendars, your tasks. Everything is put into one form, so you can see what needs to be done, what appointments you have, what tasks you want to add to it that need to get done for the day, and anything that doesn't get done that previous day gets automatically transferred over into the next day, so you don't forget it and you make sure you get everything done. I use Sunsama all the time. The best is to put it on the desktop and kind of plan out your days. It's actually a tool to help make you more productive and make you more time efficient. So I hope you guys try those 2 products out. If you do want them, you can go down below in the description box, use my code, hit the links, and you guys will get a free trial with Sunsama, and then you will also get 10% off with Shilajit. I hope you guys really enjoyed this. I hope that you enjoyed, even though it's a longer video and more relaxed. I just wanted to bring you guys something more chill, something more fun, and I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. If you guys want to know more about your spiritual side, go to my other channel, Lux Goddess, where I talk about tarot and use tarot as a guide to shift your energies to put you in alignment with your manifestations. With that being said, I'll talk to you very soon.